Hello, my friends. Pardon my tardiness. I was trying to broadcast from Zoom so that we would have full control over the videos, but it's clear that I don't have that down pat yet, so we will do that another time. How is everybody? Give me a like or comment when you arrive and let me know that you are here. And I'll check and make sure that all is well with the streaming. Yay! Okay, we are live. So this is our last broadcast from my apartment in Massachusetts because we're moving to New York City tomorrow morning. So here's a little tour of the boxes. All my stuff is gone. Whenever you get here, just give me a hello. I'm going to refresh because I remember a couple weeks ago you all were here and I couldn't see that you were here. And everybody was participating and I didn't know it. Okay. So, a couple announcements. First of all, if you're watching this, when you watch the replay or whenever you watch it, go ahead and turn on your notifications for the She Profits Facebook page. That way you'll get a notification every time there's a post in this group. Something we're going to be working on in the next few months is really building this group into your dream group for financial abundance, spiritual abundance, and all of the above. And so this is a community, right? So what we're going to be doing is creating more elements of glue in the community, ways that we're going to be together and really get to know each other. One of the things that we're going to be having is an all She Profits Zoom call where we can see each other's faces and get to know each other, and that'll be happening in February. Mia is working on scheduling that right now. And also you'll see that there's a suggestion box where you can tell me literally anything you dream of for this group. So whether you have a certain prophetess you'd like to come and visit and do an interview, whether you have an idea for the group or something that you would like to see on the website, whatever that is, feel free to let me know. We really want to make this into your dream for financial and spiritual success. Okay, so let's see. Yay, okay, so I keep thinking I'm seeing somebody's here, but maybe not. That's okay. All right, so let's go ahead and hop to it. Let's get started. If you're here, just give me a like or comment. Oh, yay, okay, I see you. Karen is here. Hi. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. So, yep, feel free to let me know. And we're going to one of the things we're going to find out about this group is what you all want to celebrate with each other. What do you want to cheer for each other with? Is it going to be hitting financial goals each month using metaphysical principles? Is it going to be spiritual breakthroughs? What are the things that you want to cheer for each other for? And what are the things that I can support you in? So literally anything that you desire, tell me and I am here for you. So let's get into the one essential ingredient for financial and spiritual success as a creative healer and activist, because it's the same thing for everyone. And what that is integrity. Integrity is the one essential ingredient. And I want to clarify that I didn't say the only ingredient. There's more to it, right? But it's the essential ingredient. It's what makes things work, right? Without it, without the ingredient of integrity, things just won't work, right? And so let me talk to you about what integrity is and what it looks like. And we're going to do some, as always, some writing so that you can find out how this applies to you. And where you're really getting this right in your life and what's working in your life. And then if there's any area that you can just put a piece in that will transform this for you. And something I'm going to say now, and I'll probably say again and again, is that integrity does not mean perfection. Integrity does not mean perfectionism. It just means, okay, we have a piece in and we can sometimes pieces fall out of our lives and we just need to put those back in. So integrity is when your life, your habits, and your beliefs are in alignment with who you say you are. I'm going to say that again. So integrity is when your life, your habits, and your beliefs are in alignment with who you say you are. So if you think about who you say you are, for example, if you say that you're an activist for peace and justice and compassion and non-judgment, are you daily working to dissolve anger, hatred and judgment within yourself. So the integrity is with us, right? So are you working to dissolve those within yourself? Not just working to change those in the world, but are you working to dissolve those in yourself, especially toward the people that you hope to change? So that would be the integrity piece. Another piece of integrity for an activist would be showing up in person to do the organizing, to do the marching, to be that activist that you say you are, right? So are you doing that? Are you making that your priority in life? And if any of this resonates, just give me like a hell yeah or a comment. Yay, I see that 2 people are here now. Woohoo! Okay. So another example would be if you're a writer, are you writing and submitting daily or at least weekly? So if you're a writer, are you writing or submitting daily or weekly? That's what integrity looks like. It wouldn't be just writing. That is not necessarily going to be integrity, because if you want to be a published, well, let's clarify. If you are saying that you're a published writer or want to be a published writer, what is an integrity with that is writing and submitting. So we can't just like start submitting all of our old work and stop writing. And by the same token, we can't just write for hours and hours and never submit our work. It has to be both of those pieces in place. When both of those pieces are in place, it works. You're successful. You're going to see results. As Eileen has actually seen in her life recently. Eileen is one of the members of this group. She's an incredible writer, and she's starting to see some success with her writing, and it's just so incredible because she is phenomenal as a writer. So, and it's putting those 2 pieces in place that make it work. Another example is, and this is really important, and was a major one for me recently, if you are a healer or spiritual teacher, are you practicing what you preach? If you're a healer or spiritual teacher, are you practicing what you preach? So one of the pieces in that means if you have something that you teach, if depending on what your lineage is, I'm a student of A Course in Miracles. I created a practice called The Practice that you all have access to here. I had to really look at, am I practicing the practice the way that I would want one of my students to practice it? And when I was really honest, the answer was no, I wasn't doing it at the level that I needed to be doing it to be an effective teacher. So once I put that in place, then I started to see major results, major changes in my life, right? So if you're a healer or spiritual teacher, are you practicing what you preach? And then here's a fun one for everyone here. If you are a she prophet, which you are you using the practice? The practice is one of the foundational modes of metaphysical transformation that we use here to create spiritual abundance and financial abundance. That's when you'll notice I talk about it in almost every live here is how to use the practice. And I know some of you, and you can use this however you want, but it's going to be really effective. This work here in this group is going to be incredibly effective if you use the practice. For me personally, I would not be able to manifest financially. I would not be effective at what I do if I did not use the practice that I teach. Honestly, it just doesn't work if I stop using it. So if you are a she prophet, are you using the practice? Hi, Kelly. Yay. Amazing. Yes. Yay, Karen is using the practice. Fabulous. Okay. I can start to see the comments now. For some reason, it's been pretty hard to see things in this group. I don't know what it is. Okay. So let's do an exercise because it's always good. I always want to apply it to you so that you can really take an honest self-assessment. So if nothing else, these weekly or twice a month, we do this. We have this group meeting here where we get to be really accountable to ourselves and to our lives and to our work, our finances, our spiritual lives, right? Because all those have to work together. And when those work together, we see miracles and magic in our bank account, in our lives, in our mindset, in the way that we feel. And your vibration is what is creating the abundance in your life. So let's take a look at ourselves right now. So if you don't have pen and paper, just grab some and we'll just do a tiny bit of writing. I think it's always good to write it down. I can't do this stuff in my head. I mean, I've tried, and I know some people who can. I don't get those sharp results unless I can see it in black and white and write it down with a pen, or paper or pencil. But honestly, a pen works even better for me. I mean, I've been doing this for so long that I can kind of tell, okay, this works, this doesn't. And for me, it doesn't work to do this on a computer. It doesn't work for me to type this in the notes on my phone. For me, I really have to be doing this with pen and paper when I'm doing any form of self-assessment, and that's what makes the difference. Can I get an amen if you know what I'm talking about? Okay, I'm just going to refresh this, see if there are any questions or comments. You're welcome to ask any questions or comments. Okay, cool. So, here's my first question for you to write down your answer for. Number 1, who are you? So in particular, I want you to look at, are you a creative? Are you a teacher, a spiritual teacher? Are you an activist? And for some of us, we might not, our positions or our businesses might not directly fall under that category, but you know who you are. If you are, for example, a travel agent who's really a spiritual teacher, then you know who you are. If you are if you're a writer who's really an activist, you know who you are. And so make sure that you're writing down all of the elements of who you see yourself as, even if you're kind of like undercover in your work. So you could say, I'm a creative. It can be very general. I'm a creative, I'm a healer, I'm an activist, or whatever works for you. Just write down who you are. And tell us in the comments. So just so you understand kind of like the modality, the writing is really a spiritually powerful exercise. So I have you write first, but then I have you also speak it to the community, because when ideas grow stronger when they're shared. Ideas grow stronger when they're shared. So when you put it to the community, it really makes it real. And it also helps us to get to know you. Energy healer, spiritual teacher. Yes. Absolutely. Kelly, I'm giggling because you saw me. You heard me. Okay, so keep going and tell me if you are a spiritual teacher, who you are. And if at any point you have questions, like, I don't know how this applies to me, or I don't know how to get to this or get at this for myself, just ask me and I will give you individualized feedback. So the next question that I have for you is, where are you in integrity? So where are you really doing and being who you say you are? And one more thing I want to add to the identity could be that I'm a business person. I own a business. And that is a really important thing to own, especially for the creatives, the activists, and the healers, because oftentimes we don't want to own that. I even caught myself recently not wanting to own that. And why was the question, And so really owning, if you're a business person, owning that, because the integrity has to be there in order for it to work. So if we're a business person, but we're not telling people what we have to offer, if we're not telling a lot of people what we have to offer, it's not going to work, right? And share in the comments where you feel that you're in integrity with who you say you are. Go ahead and share in the comments. I'm refreshing over and over and over again. Okay. I'm a healer and a spiritual teacher and a messenger of peaceful coexistence, connecting people to deeper experiences of connection with cultures around the world through my travel business. Hell yeah. I love that. Oh, it matters so much what you're doing, Kelly. This is massively healing. Okay, so share everyone where you're in integrity with who you say you are. Ooh, I love this. I am mastering my own energy daily. Incredible. I am advancing my spiritual knowledge every day. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Now the next question is, where are you out of integrity? And this is where we just get honest with ourselves. It's not, we don't need to judge ourselves. We don't need to say, oh, I'm a bad because I'm out of integrity. Everyone gets out of integrity sometimes. And especially when we're growing, when our business is growing and we're learning how to manage our time, or how to allow the universe or God to manage our time, or how to be and create time, to reference some earlier lives here. What can happen is we kind of have a growth spurt and we get out of integrity as we're learning to realign. So it's normal at different parts of your business to fall out of integrity, and all we need to do is just acknowledge it. It's neither good or bad, it's just what's happening. So where are you out of integrity? And what that means is, where are you not being who you say you are? Even if it's an area of life, like, you know what, like, I'm not being this person with my mom, or I'm not being this person with my partner. So write down. First, just take some time to write down where you're not in integrity. When we work from a place of integrity, we're working on a solid foundation, right? So when we build peace from a place of being someone who's looking within ourselves for our own hatred, our own judgment, our own forms of disconnection, if we're doing that work and we build place from that awareness and that excavation, we're able, while also honoring where we are being of peace, where we are being connective. That's a really solid foundation, because it's in truth, it's in honesty, it's in self-honesty. We're not going to go to anybody with an expression of being holier than thou, and it really is a powerful place to be in when we do the work. So that's why it's so important to create that foundation, that solid foundation on which we can build the life that we want. Okay, Karen, I'm not passing on the spiritual teachings that I've learned as much as I really should be right now. Wow, that's really amazing to see that. Yes. Really good honesty. What else? I'm not as visible as I need to be to others. I'm not sharing my gifts fully. Wow. So for both of you, it's a thing of not sharing your gifts fully. So whether that is from visibility, lack of visibility, or something else, that's huge. That's huge. Okay, I'll wait, and I just want to refresh one more time in case anybody else wanted to share. Okay, cool. I need to find balance between acquiring knowledge and passing it on. Yes. And as you pass it on, you will become more a master of the knowledge. So it only increases it. It's kind of like the thing I was saying earlier, ideas grow stronger when they're shared. It becomes a great gift to you to pass it on. It becomes part of your acquiring of knowledge to impart it to others, right? So it's one and the same. It's a big feedback loop. Okay. So the next question that you want to ask yourself, and the question of like, where am I out of integrity? That's a great question that you can always ask yourself if something's not working. So if the if the financial abundance doesn't seem to be flowing, if the clients don't seem to be flowing, if the, if you're feeling sad or depressed and it's not, if it's not grief, if you can tell it's kind of like more ego-based, that's the question we can always ask ourselves is, hey, where am I out of integrity? So it becomes this great tool. That question becomes a great tool. So the next question is, what can you do about it? What can you do about it? So write down what you can do about it on paper. Write down what you can do about it. What can you do about being out of integrity? And go ahead, whenever you're ready, share with us what you can do about being out of integrity. What can you do to change it? What can you do to get back into integrity? Okay, great. Wow. Okay, so host events for my business, connect in person. Yes, 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 yes. And go over the radical visibility work again. Yes, absolutely. And also follow the Aquarius season work in School of Mastery, which focuses the season on visibility. Yes. So being visible is a really important part of sharing your work, and it's an important part of business, is being able to put yourself out there. It's an important part of financial abundance. You're showing people your face over and over and over again to remind them that you can serve them, that you're here to serve. So it's really important. And I think hosting events, putting things together, creating community, in a space where people can actually get to know you, your energy, and what you have to offer, your value, that is an incredibly important thing to do. And that will work for ages. You'll hear back from people for ages on that. That's the gift that keeps on giving, to be able to get to connect in person. Okay, so fabulous. So here's my next question for you, and this is really important to answer this and to be very specific. When are you going to do that? When are you going to do that? So when I say when are you going to do that, I mean literally what time, what day, how long, when are you going to plan it, when are you going to plan the events, when are you that you're talking about, when are you going to schedule them, when are you going to reach out to people, when are you going to do that? And whenever you're ready, go ahead and tell us in the comments so that we can hold you accountable to when you're going to do it. Part of integrity is about saying I'm going to do something and then setting myself up to do that, right? So if I say I'm going to meditate every single morning, what that looks like is I'm going to say, who do I need to tell that I'm doing that? What do I need to arrange? Do I need to set up my meditation cushion in a certain way the night before? What book am I going to read beforehand if I'm going to read a passage? So I really set up everything to help me succeed. What do I need to do? What support do I need around me to create this as possible? And one simple way to create support for yourself is just to tell people, I'm doing this at this time, on this day. Make it real to yourself. Okay, cool. All right, I will contact a former colleague today to see if she knows the CEO at a company that I want to plan travel for. Good idea. I have an idea to be in their office one day a month, one day a week to work with their 500 employees. That is freaking brilliant. Okay, Karen, this Sunday I've just dedicated the day to sitting down, planning out my next steps for the next 3 to 4 weeks. I love that. Now, what time this Sunday? All day? Is it an all day thing? Or what time are you gonna start? And what time are you gonna stop? Sometimes it's good to come up with stopping times too. For those workaholics among us. Okay, so the next question is, what will be possible for you after you do this? What will be possible for you? And I want you to literally write down what is going to be possible for you once you take these steps. What will be possible for you in your life after you take these steps? And go ahead and share it in the comments, what's possible for you once you take these steps. Great. Incorporating regular social media lives into my daily routine. Yeah, consistently interacting rather than just scheduling posts. Yes. Okay, that is absolutely possible. Now, I want you to even take that possibility one step further. What is possible if you're doing that? What's possible if you're doing that? So let's take, what's possible for your life if you're doing these things? If you're in integrity, what is possible for your life? I may be able to set an appointment to pitch my idea, and if I won the contract, I will have a set time each week or each month where I'm in person with travelers. Yeah. Okay, then what's possible for your life? So I noticed for both of you, we thought in terms of, okay, this next thing is possible. Yes, but I want you to go even further. What dream is possible for you? What dream is possible once you're doing those things? Let's say those things are done and done. Reality, there's nothing else to think about. Easy peasy. What else is possible? Let's take it to the next step. What is possible for you in your life? And I want you to share it in the comments. Not just the next logistical, but what's possible for you to feel? Is it possible that your business starts becoming very sustainable? Radical visibility, being seen, actually getting my teachings out there on video, attracting and transforming people for the highest good. Yes. How would you feel if that were happening? So for each of your businesses, in order for them to be successful, in order for them to be sustainable, I don't want to define success, but sustainable, you will have to bring in financial income, okay? So both of you, what you're talking about are steps that will also bring in financial income that will create this as a sustainable business for your life. And when you have a sustainable business, you're able to serve more and more people. So once your business is sustainable, the amount of people that you're serving grows. And that's a very good thing for the world, right? So what I see is possible for each of you, and you tell me how you would feel about this, but what I see as possible for each of you is real financial sustainability. You feel over the moon, yes, and business expansion, yes. So, really, really good. So one of the secrets of integrity is that when we're in integrity, it's easier for us to get into belief. And belief is one of the secret ingredients to manifesting, right? Or to calling into existence whatever it is that we desire that would serve the greatest good. So when you are in integrity, it's much easier. You're not feeling like you're having to talk yourself into being in belief. It just feels like what is. It's like, well, of course that's going to happen for me. Of course it's going to happen for me. I don't even have to think about it. And Marianne Williamson talks about conviction being a force multiplier. I feel like I might have talked about this on another live, but conviction is a force multiplier. So once you can actually get into the position of believing that you're going to do it, that you're going to bring in the people who want to work with you, or who want to change the world, whatever it is, if you really get into that belief that, hey, if you're an activist and you're really doing the deep inner work on yourself and not just trying to change everybody else, it's much easier to get into conviction that it's going to work, that the world is going to change, because you start to see yourself change. You start to see it within yourself. If you're a spiritual healer, and you're really doing this work and sharing it out with others, you're really going to be able to easily get into the conviction that your work is going to change lives, that it has value, and that value will be returned to you in abundance. In financial abundance too, which therefore makes your company sustainable and makes it possible for you to keep on doing this for the rest of your life if you choose, right? So that's the kind of like secret about about integrity, is that it makes it possible for you to believe. Integrity makes it possible for you to believe. Okay, let me just take a look real fast at these comments. Okay, this would create a foundation for my business that would allow me to hire employees, bringing a feeling of freedom and creating a significant impact in the world. Amen. Yes. So once you have that foundation, it's going to be much easier to believe that it's going to work to bring on employees. It's going to work, and you're going to start feeling that freedom. You're going to start seeing yourself making impact across the world because you're just going to believe it. You're in integrity. It's easy to believe. Okay. So what I want you to do now, this is kind of a final little meditation trick for yourself, is just close your eyes. So I want you to close your eyes and imagine that you're already in integrity. You're already doing the things that you said you're going to do. They're already done, in fact. They're done. These are already part of your life. You're doing it regularly. You're fully in integrity. You're already there. So you're not getting in integrity. You're already in integrity. How does that feel if you're already doing those things that you said you would do? And take a minute to take a deep breath all the way into your belly. And release. Another deep breath all the way into your belly. And release. Enjoy that feeling. And when you're ready, come back and just share with us what it felt like to feel that you were already in integrity. What did that feel like? Peaceful, validating, inspiring, fulfilling. Yeah, absolutely. So what I want you to do as you are putting these pieces in place, as you're reaching out to people, I want you to get into that vibration. So get into that feeling of already being there. And you're just making it manifest in the world, but it's already true. It's already happening, right? So that is your work. And when you do this, remember, when you're in integrity, it's easier to believe, and belief makes manifestation happen for you, right? So that is what I've got for you today. I love you all dearly. Please remember to, let's see, what's the wording on this? I'm not very techie. Hold on. I want you to turn on notifications for this post, for these posts in this group, okay? So turn on your notifications for She Profits, so that you're receiving every time somebody posts in this group, so that you can see it and you get a notification for it. Also remember that there is a suggestion box, and please, like, nothing is off limits. So if there's anything that you desire for this group that would make you feel connected to this group, that would make you feel like you were having an incredible experience, just let me know. And anything that's really working for you, let me know. And then go ahead and just keep an eye out for an email, because we are going to be scheduling a live Zoom call with me and everybody in She Profits for February. So you guys all get to see each other's faces. And that is all. I'm just going to refresh to see if there are any final questions before we go. Okay, looks like everybody's all set. Okay, I love you all, and look for Gina DeVee is going to have, her interview is coming out next week. You all will love it. It's so good, and it kind of goes along with what we were talking about today. Love you guys. Mwah.